Yeah, we're live.
So good afternoon. Today is at 12 o'clock on the 12th of April. We are again going back on Corona debates, and we have two celebrity guests with us today. One is the world famous Dr. Swaroop Rawal, and Madam is a very acclaimed teacher. I don't think she needs any introduction, but we have to introduce her because she's a doctor. She's a PhD in education. And then she has done a postdoc on learning disabilities with children through drama, and she is world famous. She has been, on all media in different forms. But she's a fantastic human being. Dr. Shetty knows her very well, and I'm told that she's a very big motivator, particularly for children. She's a teacher par excellence, actor par excellence. She's very good in dramas. We have seen her in television serials. She has been Miss India, and we all know her very well. Madam, thank you so much. We are really indebted that you have joined us. And then we have our own popular Guru Anna, we call him. Dr. Shetty's name for us is Guru Anna. Okay. And he's a mind guru. He's a mind guru of India, and he is here to make us feel better. So, ma'am, we are at at annual of Corona times, and people are again getting very, very distressed that lockdown is almost extended. But people have not stayed at home, and they have not done the hand hygiene well. And as I said, Indians have the best immunity, but they have the worst hand hygiene because they got the immunity because of the bad hygiene. And now they have to follow both, and they can't do two things at one time. So unfortunately, they are not staying home and they are not staying clean. And we are argumentative Indians. We love to argue. We love to rebel. So, madam, children are the classic examples of rebels, and they love to not to listen. So what is your advice to everybody from India? How to stay positive and how to listen to our public health authorities. That's the biggest problem, because they are not able to stay home. They are not able to do physical distancing, and they are just not listening. So, ma'am, please give your pearls of wisdom.
Actually, what I do in my classroom would not really work immediately with the आम जनता, क्योंकि मेरे क्लास में तो मैं बहुत डेमोक्रेटिक रहती हूँ. So everybody has to understand the point, and then you have to follow the rules. I say it's like in my classroom, I go, we live in a democracy, and I'm the Prime Minister. So you have to listen to me, but you have to do what you really think you need to do. So one of the things is people really need to understand the logic behind what all is happening. I think a lot of people are changing and staying at home. I think one of the things need people like you, me, the press, the ministers, we need to really make people understand why they need to stay at home. That is one very important thing. This is what I feel. And I was just remembering both of you all today in the morning when I read this piece where it said, people are in great depression staying at home. So that's one of the things I'm doing, and maybe I can talk about it later. Do you want to ask Harish the same question?
Sure, Guru.
I think very privileged and very happy to be on the same screen as Swaroop ji and Shashank. I know Swaroop from the time of Ye Jo Hai Zindagi, and then her postdoc. And for all the viewers, she has...
That you were my teacher too?
Yeah, absolutely.
You remember the 100 counseling course where you taught
Yes.
Yes.
And for all the viewers, Swaroop has gone all around the country, especially rural India, including Maharashtra and Gujarat, where she taught life skills to very poor, underprivileged, difficult children, and she has a lot to give to the entire community in the days to come. Shashank, there are two data facts which I would like to share immediately. A few months ago, the burden of diseases, global burden of diseases, the mental health part was released a few months ago, along with the Indian government. They were part of it. 1 out of 7 people in India are mentally ill, according to them. And 2 years ago, NIMHANS came up with their own epidemiological study, and they said 1 out of 9 people are mental ill. This was the state of the country when Corona hit us. And as you know, my dear friends, that we were told 3 weeks one was 3 weeks.
Yes.
Jindal mein 3 hafta jayenge. And in our mind, we have said 15th April, फिर से काम पे वापस. And that phase, that thing is stored in children and adults, and they all want to go back. So there's a second round of restlessness which is happening in the families. The second round of restlessness. And yesterday, there was a grandmother who complained that both their son and the daughter-in-law are both working, and they are walking up and down the house. So she said, why can't they stay still? When I told them that walking up and down is a normal activity for a working person, and it is not exercise, it is just part of their being. So let them walk up and down the house. That is part of the being. I think the second round of restlessness is happening, and a lot of mental health inputs as of now, right from the Papa figure, that is the Prime Minister of India, and the small papas, the chief ministers of the state, need to educate the community how to bring down the second round of restlessness. Having said that, I read a beautiful article by my dear friend Prasun Joshi, who said that Indians have lost the ability to sit still. Stillness is very painful. Stillness is something they have lost from the time industrialization took place. I told that grandmother that the Stone Age Indian was running with a bow and arrow. The farmer on the earth started plowing. And after industrialization, the man and the woman started walking. So forget, stillness is lost. I think we need to also accept this restlessness as normal and help people to learn the joy of being still.
So just like you have argumentative Indian and the angry Indian, you also have a fidgety Indian. And the fidgetiness has gone up. Okay, so the fidgety Indian is a very different term which you are saying, but fidgetiness is good because it prevents you from non-communicable diseases. Okay, so a couple of tips. Madam said, you doctors need to tell people what we should do. Well, if you stay at home, okay, eat on time, eat slowly, eat the right food, and with that, be happy, be fidgety. But do Surya Namaskar, do Uthak Baitak, okay, keep your windows open, don't get claustrophobic, do not be addicted to all these gadgets which you have, and you know, WhatsApp University and all these gadgets. So, madam, my next question is to you, that the current buzzword is that we are digitally intoxicated to some screen, whether it is a television screen, a computer screen, or a mobile phone screen. So, madam, what would be your tips for digital detoxification of this bad habit which we have inculcated? See, there are some very good things from this medium as entertainment, as pleasure sources, but this pleasure should not get counterproductive, and it should not, you know, disrupt our sleep. So, madam, what are your tips how to get digitally detoxified?
So, what on the Twitter, I'm using the media to get them away from the media. How do you like that?
That's great.
I started this thing called, so I started a thing called a 21-day life skill enhancement, where in one video, I kind of explain the life skill. And in the second video, and sometimes in 2 videos, I give them a lot of activities to do. So the fidgety Indian can be really happy because they can do this whole lot of activities with the whole family. And their physical activities, because they're all drama games. So their physical activities, and that they learn something like problem solving, or they learn to be think creatively, critically. Like yesterday, I've done this walk game. So you get up and you start walking, but now you have to imagine that you're walking in a thick custard and jelly. And the jelly is becoming thicker and thicker. So you have to lift your leg up, and when you put your hand in the jetty, you have to lift your hand out of it. Now you have to do this activity for like say 5-10 minutes, the whole family, and it's so much fun. It de-stresses you, and you're actually some silly activity which from age 4 to age 90 can be done. Then the next is you're walking in a bowl of popcorn. And
Wow.
now that whole feeling is something totally different. And I'm guiding them through that, like walking on a tray of marble. So it's not just walking. Now you're imagining, you're using all your other senses, you're having fun with your family, because even the kids can do it, even the adults can do it. And then, like, I had this other thing in which we did storytelling. So now you have to tell a story about when you were happy. So, or when you got into trouble when you were in school. So this is so cool, is because the whole family is sitting, and suddenly the father has to look back to his days when he was in school and how he got into trouble when he was in school, and he's sharing it with his family and maybe his parents too. And after that, they have to make a tiny little play about it. So again, I'm focusing on a physical activity, a mental activity, and and de-stressing and getting to know the family. Why not use this time for being, you're caught in the house? Don't use it negatively. I believe I bring a story of hope everywhere. So the hope is that you're with your family and you're having this great relationship because you're sharing things you've not been able to share with your family for so long. And just one thing I would like to share with you, which is really interesting, is that just a day before yesterday, my son had a digital release of his debut film. So at 8:30, we
Aditya.
finished all the dinner. Aditya Raval, that's right. And we sort of finished all the work at home and we sat down and saw the film. After the film, four of us, that's Anirudh, Aditya, Anirudh's my elder son, and Paresh, we sat and talked. And Paresh was telling Anirudh, Aditya about acting and about how it was when he was acting, when he started acting and how he felt. Now, this conversation may not have happened if we were not caught at home. We may have gone to a premiere and gone to a party and come home tired. Paresh, as the father, may not have been able to advise his son on the times he spent when he was 27 years old. And the boy said, "But dad," and then they were talking, Harish, you will love it. Paresh says the scene is always whether you're in love or you're not in love, or you want to get into love. So Paresh is like, it's stressful. And suppose no, there's a message of hope. is कि कल मैं उसके साथ बात करूंगा तो शायद हमारा पैर शुरू हो जाए. So I mean, this is such a brilliant conversation, and it would not have happened if we were not caught at home in this lockdown. So why don't we look at it positively and let's be restless, let's do things with, let's share the stories, and believe me, you will feel better. This is what I think.
So, madam, this is lovely. You have shared your inner truths with positivity. I think this is a great learning. You have given hope. You have shared dreams. You have shared drama. You have used drama in a positive way. You have shared simple household conversations. And these simple conversations actually ensure better bonding. So remember, what are the take-home, Swaroop Madam's innovations? We call them Swaroop's innovations. Okay, they are simple things. Okay, simple things. Okay, bonding and sharing, loving and caring would not have been feasible if you are not locked in. This is not an imprisonment. It is a center of wellness at home to know your people at home better. I think this is where Madam has given us that example. And I think it's important for us to recognize that this is an ideal opportunity to bond, to nurture those bonds, to strengthen those bonds, because you will never get this time again. Then everybody will say that once upon a time, there was a lockdown. And Dr. Shetty, you need to now tell us the mental DNA of what Madam has just described. She has given us her own example in a very nice way. And this Corona times, which are difficult times, both internally and externally. Okay, these are not easy times. These are tough times.
No.
She has
Yes,
shown us
we are
hope.
not.
She has shown us bonding. She has shared her own personal experience. This is fabulous. Ma'am, we wish your son best of luck for his digital film. We would love to see it.
Thank
And, Dr. Shetty, what are your charan on this?
I think I asked all the viewers to see Swaroop ji's videos on Twitter, which went on every day. And I had a look at it also. What she's saying is vitalize all your senses through animation. An ordinary teacher tells, a little better teacher shares, a little better teacher gives examples, a little better teacher might share the examples with emotion, but the best teacher animates. So what she says is use 5 senses and the 6th is emotion. Drama inside the house with the script is one of the most beautiful methods that automatically brings your emotions to the fore and finds a place for healing. And it is non-judgmental, non-confrontational, and non-threatening. I think in any family, if there's an actor, the family is very lucky. But by nature, human beings are all actors. They're great actors.
That's true.
Very few discover it in their lifetime. So I think the message is so beautiful. And I would like to add to this that all of us have not entered into the lockdown with a peaceful family. So many of us have disadvantaged families. Like there's a lot of war on inside the family. There's illness in the family. There's poverty in the family. There's small houses where people are staying in matchbox environment. So even here, what is very important is restlessness is not a sin.
True.
Restlessness is not a symptom always of an illness. Use restlessness constructively. Let the restless child create hell in the house, but he'll calm down after some time. Let the restless adult do little chores in his house. My son is actually now putting clothes in the veranda to actually dry, and he's supposed to fold the clothes and put it back. And like all bosses in the office, they come home and they ask, "Hamara aaj ka kaam kya hai?" So this "Mera aaj ka kaam kya hai" is one of the most relaxing ways of enjoying your lockdown. And when I said "Aaj ka kaam kya hai" in my house, my wife said, "You please wash the glasses when you drink water and the plates after you eat food, and at the same time one room we'll have to do pocha." So "Aaj ka kaam kya hai" is also a way of relaxing yourself and telling yourself that ye test match hai. When you have flood for 3 days, it is a 2020. When there's a band because of the politicians, it's a 50-hour marathon. This lockdown is a test match and is a test of our patience and resolve. संयम और संकल्प का ये अग्नि परीक्षा है.
बाप रे, इतना बड़ा वर्ड यूज मत करो. Okay, but you are right.
और मैं कहना चाहूंगी.
Sorry.
और मैं कहना चाहूंगी कि भी Indians are लंबे रेस के घोड़े. लंबे रेस के घोड़े. Yes, madam. Yes. We are born survivors. We are like monkeys. Indians are special monkeys because of Hanuman, but we are monkeys and we can survive anything. So we have to be always positive. Dr. Shetty, I didn't know that you have become a dishwasher now, but dishwashing is very therapeutic. It is very, very therapeutic. Huh? Ma'am? I was going to say, yeah.
You'll have to increase the sound.
It is very healing. And
covering it.
Yeah. So it is very healing and therapeutic. Sorry. And so therefore, Dr. Shetty, you're very right that simple things make a lot of difference. And it is those small things which make a difference. But Swaroop madam, I want to ask a question which a lot of our viewers, you must have just seen. We have just posted your Twitter handle now to all the people who are looking at this, and I'm sure everybody is going to look at your video. But you know, this lockdown has increased the anger threshold and irritability of people at home. They will snap, they will get irritable, they will snap on the children, they will snap on the elders, they'll snap on their spouses. How can you contain it? What are your Swaroopji's techniques? How, madam, can you? So we don't want violence at home. You know, women are facing domestic violence, kids are facing abuse. Yes. Do you really feel we have simple ways to diffuse all this tension? See, we don't want to give tension, we don't want to take tension. How can you tell our viewers, how can you diffuse all this negative energy? Is there any solution for that?
Okay, so the solution, there's not a quick solution for sure, but there are, and one of the things I feel is that we are blessed with all these different emotions. I'm very angry with people who say, you know, happy raho, happy raho. नहीं, क्यों happy रहे? भगवान ने हमें rainbow दिया है. Why just one? So I feel fear, anger, all are very good emotions, but how we display them is important. अगर मुझे गुस्सा आया और मैं आपको आके थप्पड़ मारूं, that's not correct. But if I tell you that, listen, I'm damn angry with you and you better change your behavior, that's correct. So we really need to do that. So one of the things I would suggest is, which I do with my students, is make a list of what are the things that make you angry and think of how you would combat those things. Or one of the things is, which Anirudh loves to do, is walking away from the situation. So if there's too much anger happening, which happens in our house too, and he'll just turn around and say, excuse me, and leave the situation. Walking away is not cowardice. It is very good, because after everybody is calmed down, that thing is not an angry thing anymore. The other thing is like listening to music. And now it's so easy, because हमारे time में तो सिर्फ radio हुआ करता था, या तो cassette लगानी पड़ती थी. But now you can listen to music. So listen to music. Yes, isn't that awesome? Listen to music. It's very good. Read, talk, criticize the action, not the person. So don't say you are stupid. No, say what you did was not nice and I didn't like it. So you need to practice it for sure. But even in this situation, I would like to say, in the days where you may not have learned life skills and all that, or enhanced them, why not? One thing is, go away, sit quietly, count 1 to 10, count 1 to 20 maybe, because of the lockdown, before you really say things. One of the things I used to do on the sets when they made me wait and I would get angry is, I used to tear paper. So by the time I tore that sheet into tiny bits of paper, I was not angry anymore. You know, like I would go, why is he doing this? Why is he making me wait? And I would tear paper. Do something like that and talk. Talk about your anger. Say, this is not nice. This should not be done. But if you can't change it, listen to music, count numbers, or walk away. This is what I think.
So great tips of anger management. Just count as much as you can, chant whatever you can, tear some paper, but be happy and be positive. I think great tips, ma'am. I think this will go a long way in controlling that uneasiness, anger, and all that. But you know, as we are talking, we are getting questions, and this is a live show. So, Dr. Shetty, a lot of people feel that we are socially isolated. Music is a healer. Music is one of the best healers, even in the ICUs. There's a lot of research which has been done across the world that, you know, when there was lack of ICUs in Italy, and, you know, 60 cardiologists died in Italy, they were all listening to music, which they wanted to listen. So music is a great healer. So we don't look at the negative. So Dr. Shetty, you know, in this whole phase, a lot of people have asked a question that, you know, this social isolation is good. I am loving it. Now I'm scared that if I have to go out in the community. So, you know, I don't want to socialize after this lockdown. So you are also going to get these type of individuals. But I fear that suddenly these extroverts will become introverts and they might commit suicide. So my fear is suicide. And this is something which is a very genuine fear. A lot of people might commit suicide. So what is your tips to people to look out for when they should reach out to people like you? Because I am also getting frantic calls, and I really want to know from you, are there some symptoms or something which you can recognize as warning signals for suicides? Because this is very important, because if people are going to be locked in, they will go crazy. It's okay to shout. It's okay to get angry. We will have Swaroop Madam's techniques like counting 1 to 100 or tearing a paper. But somebody who is absolutely not talking, that is the danger sign. And Dr. Shetty, how would you tell us to recognize the warning signs?
Just before that, I was happy to hear the analogy of rainbow of feelings, and I'll just add 1 or 2 points, and then I'll come to your question. There is nothing like a happily married life. There's a peaceful married life where happiness is a byproduct. Anger is also a byproduct. That's how it is. That's number 1. So you will see the entire rainbow. Anger is a positive emotion. Aggression is a negative state. Sadness is a positive emotion. Depression is a negative state. So these are things which we need to understand, and I think that is beautiful. Now, this lady said, I will start enjoying being lonely. Generally speaking, man is a social animal. Man or woman is a social animal. Live contact keeps them healthy all the time, and that is something which is very important. But there are shy, reticent people who like to work in isolation. That is their nature. They like to mingle around few people. But if your nature has changed and you feel that you need to be all alone, you need not be disturbed by anybody. You feel irritable when people come to you, or you feel irritable at a noise or a phone call. You sleep excessively or you sleep less. You withdraw more. See, what has happened in the COVID disaster is those who are unwell, some of them have withdrawn, some of them become very angry. And then that is a sign which we need to really pick up. Sit down at home and screen yourself for depression to the scale P for play, H for house, Q for quotient 9. And if you feel that your functioning is affected, you are involved with the gadgets beyond the point, you get irritable when people stop you from seeing the gadget, you sleep late because you're on the screen for a very long time, and your behavior has changed, immediately screen, get yourself examined and treat yourself. Shashank, you know why I'm saying this? The global burden of disease said 20 crore people in India need immediate psychiatric care. They have not vanished.
Yes.
Okay. Niman said 150 million, 15 crores. So I completely agree with you, Shashank. Any change in behavior? There were two patients who said, why die with corona? Let's die before corona. So these are the people who need to be actually taken care of. In Tamil Nadu, because of alcohol withdrawal, I do not know the exact information, people have committed suicide because alcohol was not available, and there was no treatment for alcohol withdrawal. So it's important to observe change in behavior in anybody, child, adult, elderly. And you know, Shashank, those who are diabetic and those who have hypertension have more chances of having depression than the others. So I think we need to be very careful. I have a postpartum psychosis patient who's on antipsychotics but needs electroconvulsive treatment now. And we are going to start in a few days because she's so psychotic. She wants to kill the child, kill herself, and she's abusive and she's very unrelenting. So we need to observe the signs and not wait for the corona to end, but treat it immediately. But all the same, what Madam said is fantastic. Emotions are like the rain of the rainbow. There are 6 emotions which you experience all the time: anger, sadness, joy, fear, jealousy, and love. These are innate emotions. Shame and guilt are learned emotions.
Yes.
So great, Dr. Shetty. I think this is wonderful. So, ma'am, my questions now are moving that we are also now seeing more and more people working from home. and there is, working from home is a very difficult situation, because what their bosses are trying to do is extract more time from work, and therefore they have to focus on their working from home, and they are giving them less money. So these people who feel that this is like a new form of exploitation. So madam, what are your tips for them? They really are feeling angry because they are made to work more, because they don't have to travel for those 2 extra hours. So they have got more work timings, and over and above that, they also have got cuts now in their salaries by 30%, 40%. So they feel that they are being cheated. Therefore they are getting very angry. And also there's a lot of economic, just like there is a mental threat. This whole pandemics always get a lot of economic insecurity. And insecurity is something which is very difficult to handle. So madam, what are your tips for handling insecurity?
Oh my God, this was a real difficult one. And because I was thinking that I can definitely not be able to explain to them how they can, handle the economic side, because I'm a little bad with all that. But I work from home. And one of the things I feel is that you need to really get your times fixed. And I remember that I used to work like an office time from 9:30, 10 to 4:30. And at 4:30, I would stop, come what may. I would talk in sentence and leave it. And then I would get up and do my exercises for an hour. And then I would I would cook. That's one thing I found, like putting on music and cooking was really helpful too. The other thing, like I told, like you were talking about the vessels, but yeah, so I'm just talking about times like this right now, is that I think you need to get a system fixed, and that would really help. Instead of, get up, have your tea, put your legs out, have that toast and tea like you would on a holiday. But then when it's like 9 or 9:30, get up, have a shower, get dressed, really get dressed properly, and then sit down to work. The other thing I do is I put a 45-minute alarm on my cell, so that every 45 minutes I have to get up. I walk around for 2-3 minutes, drink a glass of water, go and chat with somebody, get refreshed, come back and then sit and work again. So these are things that you need to do for yourself. You have to keep telling yourself that you are a fabulous person and you are doing so much work and you deserve it. Don't work like a dog. It's just not fair to you, because there is just so much you can take. After that, the first people that will feel the brunt of all this is your family, not your boss, because they're too far away. And I don't think anything is worth spoiling relationships with your family. I think being good with your family, maintaining the relationship is the best. कल को नौकरी भी नहीं रहेगी तो चलेगा. Your family will be with you. So for that, I remember I used that tool, and I remember Harish kind of really supporting me for that. Is that marks was not important. My son was more important. Tomorrow he doesn't need the marks, but I still want my son, and I want to have a good relationship with him. So for your job, don't spoil the relationship with your family. So just get a little, time management. I'm fabulous at that. And I think that really works. And that's how I managed to do a lot of things. And then at certain times, put off that computer, put off that laptop. Just keep away, get down with your family, do physical activities. जो जितना भी है उसमें कुछ अच्छा करो. जैसे रामनवमी थी, and no, Aditya's film release, and there was no rava in the house. I said, चलो आज आटे का शीरा बनाएंगे. Forget the cake, shake, and all that nonsense. Let's make आटे का शीरा. And आटे का शीरा बनाया, and we celebrated Aditya's film release with that. That is important. He's going to remember that when he's an old man, and he'll say, your grandmother made take a when I. That's joy. That's happiness. That's how you keep your mental health. This is what I think.
So great, ma'am. Again, you are innovative. You are truly a innovator from its DNA. And I think that's great tips which you're telling all of us, that how it is easy that in these difficult corona times, you have got innovations like simple things, which don't really need.
Shashank, I can tell you.
Yeah.
This, just because I'm smiling or saying this so easily, I would request everybody not to think it's light.
Oh, it's tough.
Okay? I mean, I'm just, no, I'm not talking about you, and Harish knows the truth too. So this is how I teach. I teach with full fun and joy. So once I was teaching these girls, the KGBV teachers, and by the way, KGBVs are Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. They are the most economically and socially backward within of our country, the girls. So I was teaching them life skills, and I asked them one day, I met them after 6 months, and I said, when was it in the 6 months that you remembered me and life skills? You know what, one got up and said, "Hey ma'am, 3:30 बजे मैंने ऑफिस बंद कर दिया, went home knowing nobody will be at home. स्टूल लिया, दुपट्टा लिया, गले में बांधा, स्टूल पे चढ़ रही थी, आप याद आ गई, नीचे उतर गई, दुपट्टा खोल दिया और शांति से बैठी and started, listening to music and trying to de-stress." Another one told me about how she said कि मेरा भाई 18 साल का है और वो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है, नहीं था, उसका एक्सीडेंट हो गया, दोनों पैर नी से कट गए. If I had not learned life skills, me and my family would not have survived. Another one told me how she took blades in her hand and she went to cut her wrist, and she remembered life skills and she remembered the fun we had and the lessons we had learned, and she put them away. So I know that through life skills, I've been able to stop suicides. And that is what I'm trying to do. On Twitter, when I go on Yo Swaroop and I'm giving these fun games, it's not childish fun games. As you would know, 2 days back, I taught the tangram. And Harish Shetty would know that was one of the most interesting psychoanalyzing tool used by psychiatrists, and I used it as a game to play. So this is what I think, that just because it's fun, it's a serious message I'm giving.
In fact, ma'am, the big thing which you're telling is that in a game or fun things, actually the underlying hidden message is actually reformational. It actually transforms people. True. It makes their lives better. True. And that's a very important thing. True. And you do it with such ease that the person doing it doesn't even realize that he's transforming. So you are truly transformational, madam. That's why we look up to you. And that's why you are simply fabulous. Now, it's important to recognize that when ma'am is giving us such fabulous advice, we are flooded with so many things. Somebody's asking me that has this virus come with conspiracy theory? Somebody saying how to treat dementia. Somebody saying that, my children are driving me nuts. Somebody saying, Dr. Shetty, how can we get out of this? So Dr. Shetty, people, life is predictably unpredictable. Like there is a Sanskrit saying, padam padam vipadam, which means that every step of your step which you take, there is obstacle. So, when there is so much of uncertainty and unpredictability around, people are so anguished about, I'm going to give some corona tips related to what is new in corona science. So like yesterday, somebody read on newspaper and, please understand that this WhatsApp University and Google University is doing a lot of damage to all of us. So unless and until that information is vetted, don't say that. So I got today morning, and right now also some 9-10 questions which have come, that does coronavirus spread by air, and does it spread up to 13 feet? Because one paper got published in the CDC journal called Emerging Infectious Diseases, that it spreads, and people, this went viral. And when such things get viral, we need to reassure people. So as a dean of my Indian College of Physicians, I want to reassure you that it is not an airborne virus. It is spread by airborne droplets. So if you have a humid atmosphere, if there is water in the air, then it is spread. So we need good respiratory hygiene and etiquette. Spitting is something which we should ban across the world. Second thing is the coughing and sneezing. We need to use etiquette. Third thing is clean surfaces. Virus can survive on any surface up to 5 days. So even you can have an OCD and Dr. Shetty is there to treat you for OCD. Please be clean, 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 and it is not spread through air. Neither is it spread through air conditioners, but you need to be cautious that if there is water in the air, and sometimes AC, therefore switching off AC may be important. Doing hot water gargle twice a day may be important. Going a little bit if you have access to sunlight may be important. Please do that. So Dr. Shetty, how do you handle uncertainty? Because this uncertainty is getting unlocked now in the mind. People may be locked inside the house, but they are unlocked in their mind. So how do you unlock the mind and diffuse this anxiety or the coro anxiety? There is a new disease called coro anxiety and coro psychosis. So now how do you handle coro anxiety and coro psychosis?
My friend from Gujarat asked this question, Dr. Pakul Butch, that how to filter yourself from the anxiety with all the news. And Shashank ji has replied to it that you only see authentic news, and that is for a very short time, and that is very important. I am extremely sure that our lives have been uncertain for a very long time. Every day there are surprises, some are good, some are bad. But this is a very strange and shocking surprise. I worked with Alcoholics Anonymous all my life, met people who attend these meetings, and there's one sentence they say is one day at a time. I live one day at a time. And one day at a time would not mean that I'm oblivious of what will happen in the future, but accept that this is the state of affairs. This is the so-called worst case scenario. And in this disaster, it's not so uncertain as the 1971 war. You never knew where the bombs would fall. You never knew where the guns would place. It's not so uncertain as a terrorist attack, because then we do not know where the bombs would explode. Here we are very clear that there's a small virus which can see us, but we can't see them. And we have been given 2 weapons free of cost, absolutely free of cost, that is patience and resolve. Follow them completely and stay alive. As you do this, remember, jobs are also very uncertain. My son works from home, and those tips which ma'am gave is very, very useful for him. Jobs are also very, very uncertain, but one thing is very sure. God has been very secular and very kind. It has given 1200 grams of brain with billions of cells. And those billions of cells you can go up the ladder, down the ladder. I have had people who have started selling things on the road, even in spite of them being MA from UP or from whichever state, and they make more money than people who attend offices. So remember one thing, the visiting card will remain. The name will remain, but the addresses and the designations will keep on changing it. That is something you need to accept. And that is something very important. Having said that, I would still say that a lot of daily wage laborers are in big trouble. If you are able to help them through NGOs, lot of NGOs are working on food, shelter, and daily subsidies. All those who are privileged should look out for these NGOs in their area and really help them so that people who are deprived are taken care of. Having said this, the last point is mind and body talk to each other. You can have either Jugalbandi or orchestra. It's in your hands. So if the mind behaves differently, मैं तो चकना खाऊंगा, मैं तो थम्स अप के साथ कुछ मिक्स करूंगा, अभी तो आराम ही है. Corona, as Shashank said, has improved our hygiene quotient. Probably it will improve our immunity quotient. And it also has, he beautifully said that it will also improve our emotional quotient. And he also said that we have to be very careful about one thing. The per capita opinions in the country is supposed to be the highest according to Dr. Joshi. So do what is healthy so that the mind and the body is not in Jugalbandi, and the pancreas would not cry that I will not give you insulin and your sugar can rise. Let the mind and the body be an orchestra where you can follow the simple principles. If you don't like yoga, if you don't like any meditation, just sit quiet for half an hour every day. Help your friends and your family at home. And as my friend said so beautifully, that the family is more important than the job. If your job goes away, the family will support you, will help you to find another, but don't sacrifice your family for the job. I think no Jugalbandi orchestra, mind and body, has to be in an orchestra. That I think is very, very important.
So great, Dr. Shetty. I think beautifully put in. I think the analogy of the orchestra and the Jugalbandi is very well put. You can listen, as Madam said, to a lot of music and a lot of drama. Now remember that a lot of people, we are the best window shoppers in the world. And because we are the best window shoppers, we are also the best travelers across the world. And we have been chained at home. We can't do sightseeing. So remember, all museums are open online. All museums are open online. All art galleries are open online. So Dr. Shetty really loves music. And as I said, all art galleries are open. All museums are open. All books are downloadable free on the PDF. So if you love to read, if you want to visit museums, if you want to visit any city on planet Earth, just Google it and do not get negative energy from your WhatsApp university. Just see some museum. Go to the Louvre. Go to New York Museum, Metropolitan Museum. If you want to learn history, science, whatever you want, do it. Because this is the best time which you have got totally free. It's free time for freedom. So, Madam, how do you see this? What do you think? How are you spending your time? What is that? Are you very busy now or are you less busy now? Because a lot of people have told me that this is busier than ever before.
I'm very busy. I get up at 7 o'clock and I do my pranayam. I have my tea and then I decide what I'm cooking. So I make the lunch because that's my duty. I make the lunch and breakfast and all the vegetables up till lunchtime. After lunchtime, I sit down to decide what I want to tweet. And then I decide and make some games. You see, there's a limitation. Normally, the games and the drama that I do is in my classroom with me and a whole lot of people. Now, here I'm reaching out to people. I don't know if there are 4 in the family, 5 in the family. In fact, there's one mother and child who are doing this. So I plan out an activity for, a group. And another thing is that I have to give my message in 2 minutes. That is very difficult. So then I sit and do that. And after I do that, I sit and check out some of my other work. And then at 5 o'clock, I put off my work at 5 o'clock now. 5:30, I make tea for everyone. We all sit down, or whoever wants to sit down. We have tea together and then cooking dinner. And then I watch some serial or some film, or I whatever I want to do at that time, and then it's sleep. So I have a very organized life, but I'm very busy.
Fantastic. So, Madam, what are your tips in this unpredictable environment? What are your, pearls of wisdom? You have shown a very nice way. You are comfortable, you're relaxed, you're anxiety free. You look so composed that, you are an idol to watch. And I think people at large who are seeing it should look up to Madam and see that she's so comfortable. Nothing has changed. She's not at all concerned about the external environment or the unpredictability. And we should look up to her and take it easy. I think this unnecessary anxiety, what will our Prime Minister say next? What will happen tomorrow? As Dr. Shetty said, kal kisne dekha hai? Just enjoy the moment, live your life.
There are some things I can do and some things I cannot do.
Absolutely.
Like if you tell me that there is this person who's got depression, will you please help them? I will say, no, I think you need to talk to Harish because it's not my field. I am a teacher. I'm very clear about that. Another thing is I'm blessed to be an entertainer. So I'm using the skills of a teacher and an entertainer to help the people of my country, whoever I reach out to. In fact, there was one video of mine which I did with my husband where we talked about a communication game. and that's gone viral. So I think there are over 40,000 views. That
Wow.
means that is the count of views. The others, like my cousin sent it to me from Leicester, a friend sent it to me from Boston. So it's gone all over. Now, as an entertainer, I've talked about it was a couple talking non-stop. So it is like if you have to listen to somebody, and when I listened to Paresh, I stopped talking and I lost the game. So the message was that you need to listen, not talk continuously. So I have done what I can do. I make my small donations for food for other people, and I'm trying to maintain peace and tranquility in my house. That's much I can do, and I think that is good enough. Everybody, and they are not born with the capability of the PM. I cannot take care of the whole country, but I can take care of my house. And if you can take care of your house, I think you're doing a good thing.
So great tip. You are the Prime Minister of your own house, madam. And that is a very great tip. So you are our Modi today. And that is a fantastic tip. And we would love to see that video. In fact, I would ask our Anirudh Sapatnekar to ensure that that video is also tagged with this YouTube so that we can make it more viral. Okay, because people need that positive energy. And I think it's a great point.
I decided to have a non-stop challenge with my husband.
Great,
and
great.
Everybody told me, how can you beat Paresh Rawal?
No, that is awesome. And you gave a great tip. Talk less, listen more. Talk less, listen more. Hari Shetty.
Shashank, there's good news. Anirudh has extended the talk till 1:15 if Swarupji is okay with it.
I love talking.
Okay. I think there's one slide which we share. Swarupji must have seen it. That talk less, smile more. So that is also something beautiful. And I also like the clarification which Swarupji gave about not being trivial when you make fun. It is not childish, but it's childlike. It's childlike, which means children have the innocence.
Yeah.
And in these activities, Swarupji is trying to discover the innocence and help them people discover the innocence even when you're adults. And that, I think, is very, very beautiful. Yes. Shashank, somebody, Zora Shah, I think from Australia, from Perth, has asked how to manage the dementia patient. She's a matron in a hospital with patients full of dementia. So I think there are three things. See that the diurnal change of time is exposed to this patient. Sun rises, sun sets, sun goes down. A lot of stimulative activities continuously for them. Don't scare them by corona fears, and don't show them that elders are always more vulnerable. They are vulnerable. But if we maintain their parameters, they remain fine. And Shashank is an expert in that. He will add something a little later. Also, what is very important is you might feel that the patient of dementia is not with you. But when you put music, when the family members come and share everything what has happened in the family, though they might appear blank, there's some part of the brain which is absorbing what has been said, maybe not literally, maybe not pictorially, but in silence also communication keeps happening. The fourth important thing is see that they are nursed very well and they're exposed to things which they love and like. And I think that is extremely important. Zora, thanks for that beautiful question. And if you want to add something, you can type something in because you are more experienced than all of us in handling such patients. Shashank,
so I think Dr. Shetty, you are very right that it's important that we take care of people with dementia. This is a very tough time. Zora also asked one more question, that how do you motivate these corona warriors? Because you see what is happening is that the largest hit population today are doctors, nurses, ward boys, as well as our sanitation workers, as well as our police force. So the high contact population is more vulnerable or more at risk, and they are feeling anxiety. And this I get a call lot from my junior doctors, a lot of my own colleagues, what is the anxiety? And I think Dr. Prasanna Shah just was tweeting out to me saying that this is the ideal time to detox. Okay. And we need to still be cheerful and positive. First of all, don't think it's going to be me. Just take adequate care and precaution. Our problem is, independent of whoever we are, we have an inherent tendency to panic. And I think what Dr. Shetty said is we need to be sthita prajna, we need to be cool and calm. You are having an adverse circumstance. You are taking care of people to save lives. We are very proud of you, all of you all. In fact, we are also seeing patients. And it's important that you maintain your cool so that you make less mistakes. But be very cheerful and positive. Don't live with fear. If you live with fear, you are gone. If you live with positivity, you are fine. Because remember, mind is the best booster. A positive mind is the best booster for immunity. A lot of people have asked me this question that, how do I boost up my immunity? Smiling and laughter clubs build more immunity than any food. Okay, food is important. You get a lot of immune nutrition, lot of herbs and spices which are there in traditional grandma's diet. They are good enough to give you all that. But a positive mind will build up your immunity better than anything else. So that's my advice. And I think we will keep on talking. Madam, I want to ask you that you have been great in acting, in drama schools, in motivation, in doing innovative things, in building all these, all these things. How do you see future of India? Because I feel India is going to come out and as a stronger country out of this epidemic. If China exported the virus, we are exporting medicines to the world. So how do you see India? And how do you see, because now you are our prime minister. For today, you are our prime minister. You are prime minister of your house and you are prime minister of the show. So how do you see India? And I'm seriously asking this question, but not in a fun way, because you always send very subtle messages. We really look up to you. I think India is a great opportunity here. So how do you see, what is your message for Indians?
Very frankly, barring a few pockets, I see Indians really making a great effort towards, solidarity, and towards, that is something that is inherent in our nature, Well, maybe we may be a bit selfish in good times, but in bad times, I know that we'll just go out to help people. Like, for example, it's something that's so funny. In my building, we have just a few families living in it. So just 6 of us. But every morning, like my friends started and I took over. We make about 10 cups of tea in the morning for the sweepers and watchmen of other buildings. So I think hum bade dil wale hain. And that is one thing that's really going to help us. I see India coming out of this really well. We are going to become. I am those positive type of people, and I always want to spread the message of, the hope. That because without hope, I think it's hopelessness. We'll just give up doing things. So I think we're going to come out of this very well. But one thing for sure is we need to be patient. So I request all my citizen friends to please be patient. Let this get out. Don't become now, like Harish said, that first we thought 21 days and now again another 14 days we are freaking out. No, don't freak out. Be patient. I'm sure we'll come out of this well. सब कुछ अच्छा होगा. मुझे तो यही लगता है. Harish, what do you say?
So great. I think that's
not very.
I think it was India. It was India where more than 100 years ago, a man picked up salt, a pinch of salt, and asked the British to go away. It was a beautiful symbol by Gandhiji. A little before that, somebody in Maharashtra, Lokmanya Tilak, picked up.
Sorry, can I?
Yeah, madam. Yeah.
Surely.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. So there was this love story my grandmother had told me about, there was a very bad time coming, and evil said it's going to take over the world. And when evil says it's going to take over the world, that means darkness is going to come and engulf the whole world with darkness. and everybody was very scared, and everyone was scared. But in one tiny hut, there was one little lamb, and he said, I'm not going to be scared of you, darkness. I'm going to stand up against you. If not for anybody else, I'm going to shed light around myself. And because of that one lamp, the other lamps got, you know, they got power, they got, confidence. And they said, if this little lamp can do it, we can do it too. And slowly, slowly, all the lamps started light up for themselves and shedding light around themselves, and darkness went away. So I think that is what I believe.
Absolutely. I think it was a man who picked up a pinch of salt. It was Lokmanya Tilak who picked up the idol of Ganesh and rallied people around. And these were the symbols which have been used by great leaders. Our Prime Minister is leading from the front.
Absolutely.
And we are all attempting to unite a country which is a symphony without synchrony. It's a heterogeneous country. It is so difficult to bring together. Having said that, globalization has disconnected us. Corona has reconnected us. But I'm warning everybody in the family: connect, but don't overconnect. Each member of the family should keep in touch with their friends. The boy, the girl, the kids, the father, the mother, their own set of friends, which is the second layer of support for every individual. Friends where they can be emotionally nude and they can say what they want. So see that you are connected. You can't say that you are the only friend I have. You can't tell your husband you are the only friend I have. You can't tell your wife you're the only friend you have. The second layer of friends is so important, and you need to be absolutely connected. Having said this, I would like to add that in this entire pandemic, we are in the post-disaster phase and the post-impact phase. And we are going to see a lot of people having panic attacks. We are going to see mood issues. If there is somebody who's really unwell, please see to it that he or she is taken to the doctor. The government of India has amended the tele-guidelines rules, and medicines can be sent home by the chemist with the prescription which is as old as a month. Benzodiazepines have also been relaxed. Manjari was asking how to treat alcohol withdrawal. I would say treat them at home if you can. If you can't, please see to it that they are hospitalized if they are in delirium. Don't stop any form of treatment for other illnesses because Corona is pandemic. Other illnesses which needs emergency care should be treated. And like Swaroop and Shashank, I'm optimistic for myself, for my family, for my community, for my country, and for the world in general. And I'm praying for everybody that those who are in India comes back to normal much stronger, because every crisis causes stress inoculation and resilience. A lot of us will get resilient, a few of us will fall, and let's help those who have fallen. Let's not forget the daily wage laborers and the poor and the privileged should really give things so that it pinches them and see that the entire country is taken care of.
So I think both our speakers are wonderful and awesome people. Both of them have given us one common theme: love, share, care. And I think if you love, share, and care with different methods, Madam Swaroop will say, engage in drama, listen to music, be happy at home, get the familial bonding time. And she has given us so many of her Swaroop's innovations. I would like you to follow her up on Twitter. She's absolutely awesome and great, ma'am. It was wonderful. And maybe one or two last minute, tips if you want to tell our viewers. And then I will probably summarize it, with the permission of Dr. Shetty. We call him fondly Guru Anna. But, madam, you have really been the Prime Minister of the show today. So you have to say maybe one or two take-home messages for everybody around. More spirit of positivity.
One of them is don't lose hope. never lose hope. I think hope is one of the best things possible. Always be positive with hope. The second thing is fun. Fun, 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 fun. Have fun in everything you're doing. Because whatever you do with fun is going to be great. Even if you're working from home, just enjoy it. Please don't take this fun word lightly. It's the best because that's what gets your brain working happily. It helps you absorb everything and it just is something good. And it'll improve your relationships too. Sit and one thing is which would help everybody. There is this line which I had heard, which is called that we live storied lives. So sit with your family, talk about your stories, and just bond with them, get to know them better. You're going to come out strong from this corona lockdown. Believe me. And lots of love and good wishes from me.
Thank you, madam. Storytelling to become stronger is the first message she has given. Second, have fun because fun generates hope. So be hopeful and have fun. And as our mind guru, Dr.
Yes.
Shetty, is saying that it's important that we live in a very positive spirit. Remember, we must make some corona pledges. So as I wind up, our corona pledges are that, as Madam Swaroop said, have hope have fun, do storytelling, become strong. As Dr. Shetty said, that keep your mind engaged, don't be in any jugalbandi, make that jugalbandi an orchestra. And as I am telling you, that whatever happens, do not forget the basics. Basics is be distance, no touch technique. No touch technique. Even at home, no touch technique. Don't touch anything. Because if you don't touch anything, you will be corona free. That's the first thing. Second is open your windows, get some fresh air. That corona from your neighbor is not going to come to your house. Okay? Remember, you need some fresh air. Don't get claustrophobic at home. Be cheerful and positive. Listen to some music, And beyond that, do hot water gargles twice a day. Eat well, be happy, sleep for a good 8 hours. See, Madam Swaroop told us her whole dinacharya, how she does the whole day. But sleeping is as important. Smile and sleep. I am really happy that, Madam, we are grateful to you that you joined us on this Corona show. And I'm very happy that Dr. Shetty is going to play some song as we close out. And Dr. Shetty, thank you so much for getting Swaroop on board.
जलते हैं जिसके लिए
अरे
जलते हैं जिसके लिए तेरी आंखों के दिए ढूंढ लाया हूँ वही गीत में तेरे लिए
what a nice song.
तेरे लिए.
So we are all here for winning over Corona. I'm sure with so much of positivity, hope, and spirit around, and so much of music and happiness. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, both of y'all. It was wonderful having you. It was really a pleasure, and I'm, indebted that both of y'all joined. And great. Let's keep this going. And ma'am, please keep doing your good work. We will definitely play that video of chatting, and learn how to listen. Yes, and Dr. Shetty. Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.